This can actually be a problem, and of course, there are building codes that will dictate specific measurements and requirements, and you will always need to check with your local building department before you build anything. A lot of the times, the building department, some of the rules might sound a little goofier. That's ridiculous, but hey, they've got good reasons behind them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have the building codes. And then remember, it's not just the building department, it's the building and safety department. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to always check before building anything. Now, what we're looking at here is a stairway with a landing and a door that opens out or opens towards you if you were using the stairway. And you've got to make sure there's enough room for someone to open the door and actually remain on the landing. And like I said, there are a couple of building code requirements for this, and I'm going to put them in the comment area on the video. You can always visit the Stairs for You website and just go to the building code page, and I believe it's in the floors and doors area, or the floors and landing area should be. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them in there. Now, the minimum width on the stairway will usually be 36 inches. I think if the occupancy is lower than 49 people per building. Again, I can't stress this enough. You've got to check with your local building department. You can watch all these videos you want. The videos I'm making are kind of giving you a general feel of what to do, but might not be the absolute truth. And this would apply to a lot of websites and videos, including my website. By the way, the Stair website, Stairs for You. Most of the time, the width on a single occupancy building will be 36 inches. But this also depends on the door, and the area. Sometimes they require a little more room on each side. And you've really got to put this into perspective. If you have a door that's 36 inches, you're not going to have a landing that's 36 inches. You're going to need a landing that's going to be at least 40 to 42 inches. You've got to be able to open the door comfortably, have the door open to where it's not binding up against anything, So some of this stuff, even though you have a building code that might have a minimum requirement, that doesn't mean that that's what you build it to. You're going to have to use some common sense in here. It's one of the biggest problems I see with building and architects is architects or home designers might not have enough experience dealing with these things. And it's not like everyone is going to be watching all of these videos and then remembering all of this information either. It's not like we're human encyclopedias, but that's where common sense comes in. I can't stress that enough either. So realistically, you're going to need to have a minimum on this of either 36 inches or 44 inches for occupancy levels higher than 50, I believe. Now, the length on this will be determined by your building codes. From what I gather, you need a minimum of 36 inches plus 18 inches for a landing. But again, think about this. 18 inches really doesn't leave you a lot of room. And again, we've got to use these building codes. I mean, they have doors that are 42 inches wide. So if you have a 36-inch landing with an 18-inch, with an additional 18 inches, you've only got a foot to stand on if you have a door that's 3 foot 6 inches wide. So if you have a door that's only 30 inches, this is a whole different deal. So just something to think about. And again, the building codes will dictate this. If you have a door that's 30 inches, I think all you need is 30 inches plus the 18 inches to give you what you need. But this is kind of, again, what I can't hammer this home enough, the common sense thing. If you're standing on an 18-inch ledge, a platform, this might not be enough. To me, I would like to see at least 24 inches if you have the room. If you don't have the room, don't forget, you can always turn the stairs or redesign the stairs another way if possible to give you the room you need. If you have it. Again, if you don't have it, you're cramped for space. I understand this. You're going to have to build the minimums, but understand if you go with the minimums sometimes, you could be creating a safety issue for the occupants of the building, because you're just going to be standing on too small of an area. It's going to be kind of clumsy to open this door, and close it. Close it, of course, it won't be. But this is why, again, where the building and safety department comes in. They've went through a lot of these scenarios. They've already had problems and complaints, and that's why they've made the necessary adjustments. I could just imagine someone standing on a landing. Now, I've seen these landings 36 inches. That's it. You've got to stand on the lower step to open the door and get in the house. You're reaching to open the door. You're pulling your bag. You got 2 or 3 bags of groceries. You're trying to bring some tools in to work on something. Where do you do? Where you set the tools down? You don't have enough room sometimes. So, again, I guess I could make this a 20-minute video, but I will stop right there. Hopefully you get the gist of what I'm talking about. The common sense, it really is a big thing in building. And the more you learn about problems that people have, the more you experience some of these problems yourself, or watch somebody, or you read about someone having an accident or something like that in the newspaper, on the news, you're going to be familiar with things like, well, wait a minute, I can apply this problem here with the stairs to a problem with a hallway. And this is realistically what I've been doing my whole life, kind of taking one problem from one area of construction and kind of using it every once in a while to figure out difficult situations in other areas. So again, just kind of thinking outside the box here. If you guys and gals like these videos, don't forget to hit the old thumbs up button every once in a while. Let me know that you appreciate watching them.